The best way to live as an adult is to lower expectations of others. Hello, and today we're diving into a powerful topic that resonates deeply with many of us. The best way to live as an adult is to stop expecting too much from others. This might sound familiar, even obvious, but understanding it and truly living by it are two different things. Let's start by reflecting on what expectations really are. Expectations, the filter through which we view life. Expectations are like invisible glasses we wear every day, sometimes tinted with hope, sometimes clouded with assumptions. They shape how we see people, situations, and even ourselves. In many ways, expectations can be positive. They give us motivation, keep us optimistic, and help us believe in better outcomes. But here is the catch. When our expectations aren't met, especially by people we care about or situations we invest emotionally in, they can turn into sources of pain, disappointment, and frustration. A well-known writer once said something that struck me deeply. I gradually realized why I wasn't happy, because I always expected a different outcome. Think about it. When we read a book, we expect it to change us. When we go for a run, we expect to feel healthier. When we send a text to someone, we expect a reply. When we treat others kindly, we expect kindness in return. If those expectations come true, we feel light, joyful, and fulfilled. But if they don't, that's when resentment creeps in. That's when we blame others, question their intentions, or worse, lose faith in ourselves. And yet, this cycle repeats itself constantly in our lives. Real-life examples of how expectations hurt us. Let's look at some common scenarios. A parent expects their child to attend top schools, get perfect grades, and follow a certain career path. When the child falls short, the parent feels disappointed, frustrated, or even angry. A child wants a special gift from their parents, but when it doesn't happen, they feel unloved or neglected. A manager expects employees to work harder, faster, and more efficiently. When results don't match expectations, there's tension, criticism, and stress. An employee believes their hard work deserves a raise or recognition. When nothing happens, they feel undervalued and resentful. A partner hopes for a romantic birthday surprise, only to receive a simple gift, leading to feelings of being unappreciated. And the list goes on. What do all these examples have in common? We place expectations on others, often without realizing it, and then allow our happiness to hinge on whether or not those expectations are met. Expectations are like a double-edged sword. There's nothing inherently wrong with having expectations. In fact, healthy expectations, those aligned with reality and focused on self-growth, can be empowering. But when we project our expectations onto others, especially without considering their perspectives, boundaries, or limitations, we set ourselves up for disappointment. Expecting others to change for us, to meet our emotional needs, or to live up to our ideals is not only unfair, it's unrealistic. Because here's the truth. You cannot control other people. You can only control yourself. And trying to control others through expectations only leads to suffering, both for them and for you. Why do we expect so much from those closest to us? One of the most painful truths is that we tend to expect the most from the people we love the most. Why? Because we believe they owe it to us. Because we think love comes with invisible rules. If I love you, you must love me back the same way. If I sacrifice for you, you must appreciate me. If I'm kind to you, you must be kind in return. These beliefs may seem reasonable, but they're actually dangerous. Love does not equal obligation. Closeness does not equal compliance. Just because someone is close to you doesn't mean they should live according to your standards or fulfill your emotional needs. In fact, this mindset creates pressure, resentment, and emotional distance. The psychology behind unmet expectations. From a psychological perspective, unmet expectations trigger a sense of loss, not just of the desired outcome, but of the imagined future we built around it. When we expect something and it doesn't happen, our brain perceives it as a form of betrayal, even if it's unintentional. That's why we get angry, hurt, or confused. It's not just about the event, It's about the story we told ourselves beforehand. So how do we break free from this cycle? The mature way to live. Let go of expectations. Growing up isn't just about getting older or gaining experience. True maturity is learning to let go, especially letting go of expectations. Here is what that looks like in practice. Accept imperfection in others. No one is perfect, including the people you love. They will disappoint you sometimes, not because they want to, but because they're human. Focus on gratitude, not demands. Instead of thinking about what someone should do for you, reflect on what they have done. Take responsibility for your own happiness. Your joy should not depend on someone else's actions. Relying on others to make you happy sets you up for constant disappointment. Communicate clearly and compassionately. If you have a need, express it honestly, but leave room for the other person to respond freely, without pressure. Lower expectations, increase appreciation. When you reduce the weight of what you expect, you'll find more space to appreciate what actually exists. Changing yourself is the only real change, as cliché as it sounds. The only person you can truly change is yourself. Trying to change others is not only futile, it's exhausting. It drains your energy and damages your relationships. But when you shift the focus inward, when you start working on your mindset, your communication, your emotional resilience, everything begins to change. Your peace of mind no longer depends on external validation. You become less reactive, more grounded, and more compassionate toward yourself and others. A powerful story about letting go. One listener shared a touching story with me. I love having fresh flowers in my living room. Every day after work, my boyfriend passes by a flower shop, but he never buys me any. I cook dinner and am exhausted. I wish he would help me clean up. Whenever we argue over small things, I wonder, did I choose the wrong person? I asked her, but what about the times he bought you medicine when you were sick? Or stayed up late comforting you when you were overwhelmed? Isn't that also love? She paused. On this planet, no one is perfect. If we only view others through the lens of expectation, we'll only see their flaws, not the countless little ways they show love and care. Final thoughts. Lower expectations. Increase inner peace. Expectations are like invisible chains. They tie you to outcomes you cannot control. And when those outcomes don't happen, you suffer. Lowering your expectations doesn't mean settling for less. It means choosing peace. It means taking back your power. It means finding joy in what already is, instead of mourning what could have been. So here is my challenge to you. Stop waiting for others to make you happy. Start building your happiness from within. Let go of unrealistic expectations. Appreciate people for who they are, not who you want them to be.